Once upon a time, in a quaint village, lived two inseparable friends. One was 6 years old and the other was 10. These two spent all their time together, playing, eating, and even bathing side by side. One day, while they were playing a little distance from the village, the 10-year-old accidentally fell into a well. Panicked and unable to swim, he started shouting and crying for help. The 6-year-old, seeing no one else around, quickly looked for something that could help. His gaze fell upon a bucket tied with a rope. Without wasting a moment, he grabbed the bucket and threw it down the well, telling his friend to hold on. With all his might, the young boy started pulling up the bucket, straining every muscle in his tiny frame. He tugged and pulled, giving it everything he had, determined to save his friend. The 10-year-old clung to the bucket with all his strength, and the smaller child did not stop until he had pulled his friend out of the well and onto solid ground. When they emerged, they were overjoyed, but also terrified. They knew that if they told their village what had happened, they would likely face severe punishment for wandering off and falling into the well. But to their surprise, when they recounted their story to the villagers, no one believed them. They couldn't understand how a boy so small could manage such a feat. However, there was one wise old man in the village named John, who was known for his wisdom. He listened to their story with keen interest. While the villagers were skeptical, John was convinced of the truth. He gathered everyone and said, "It's not about whether this child could have done it, but why he could do it." The villagers looked puzzled, and John continued, "The only explanation for such extraordinary strength is this. At that moment in that place, there was no one around to tell this little boy that he couldn't do it. No one was there to say, 'You're too small, you can't manage this.' Not even the boy himself believed he couldn't succeed. Sometimes, the absence of doubt is all it takes to perform the impossible." The villagers, struck by his words, realized that the true power lay in the unshakable belief of the little boy, untainted by the limitations others might impose. And so, the tale of the two friends became a lesson for the entire village, teaching them the incredible power of believing in oneself and the extraordinary feats one can achieve when nothing stands in the way.